Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce, and today we're doing another indie horror spotlight. Today, I have with us a director, and he has a film right now up on Amazon, and it's called The Cardinal. I had a chance to watch it. It was a fun ride. I have my man, Todd Dinsmore, with us. Todd, welcome to the Horror Room.
Hey, thanks for having me, Travis. Appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure. Yeah. Shiva Rodriguez from Magic Horror Festival. She actually reached out to me and she sent me a list of filmmakers, and yours was like number two on the list. And I watched the movie. I was like, yeah, I gotta have him on my show.
That's very
I
cool.
love it.
Yeah,
All right,
that was a cool festival.
yes. So tell everybody who hasn't seen it, tell them about the Cardinal.
Yeah, so Cardinals is basically a story about this guy named Peter who is going through the grieving process after he loses his mother. And as the story unfolds, you start to see that he grieves in a way that, isn't exactly the most appropriate way. And he grieves through violence that he enacts. So it kind of, turns into some sort of like a psycho slasher type film, by the end of it, and dealing with what's reality and what's not. And you're kind of like in his mind.
Now, what was some of your inspiration?
Well, I think the biggest inspiration was, the idea of grief and how we deal with the loss of someone that's so important to us. Specifically, I was, going through the process of losing my grandmother and seeing my mother experience that. And, how do you lose someone that's so important to you that it's such an impact on you, like a parent? And in a way, I wanted to make a horror movie. I didn't want to do something too supernatural or too, out of the realm of reality. And so I just kind of wanted to get in the mind of someone that was going through that process themselves, and how that kind of triggered emotions that may have been locked under, deep down in the psyche of this person, and how that kind of transpired.
Now, it's kind of interesting. Have you noticed, like in a lot of horror movies, or just in general, like there's a certain bond between a son and a mother, and like you actually mentioned Psycho, like you think about Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There is
Yeah,
a
Jason and
bond.
his mom,
There's a bond between a mother and son
Yeah.
that something about there's just something about a son losing their mother. Yes, can cause most men to crack.
Yeah. Oh, I would think so. I mean, I think every, not every, but a parental bond between a father and a son, father and a daughter, mother and a son, mother and a daughter can always just, be incredibly strong. But there is something about a mom and a son, that is just, I mean, it's what I experienced, it's what you experienced, so to us, it's special. And the idea of losing our mother, and I don't know your story, Travis, but, the idea of me losing my mom or reaching that age where that's, becoming a possibility, to happen more sooner than later. And that's a scary thing to think about.
And you bring it up, like, so I lost my father when I was 16 years old, and then I lost my mother 5 years ago, 5, 6, 6 years ago, and it was a different type of grief. I mean, I definitely took it harder when my mother passed away than my father, and
Yeah.
it's not like I didn't have I hated my father or anything, but like he was in the house and all that stuff. But it was just
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. And I haven't experienced either of that loss yet. But I know when it happens, it is going to be something that's going to be, profoundly impacted on me. No doubt. So
Yeah.
in what way, negative, positive, I guess the world will unfold that way.
Now, making this movie, how long did it take you production wise?
We shot it for 5 days, five pretty, packed full, long days. The script writing and pre-production process. It was a script that I had kind of originally thought was gonna be a feature, then ended up turning more into a short. The 30-minute that I landed on. Went through a lot of rewrites, and so that took some time and some months. But I would say I think it was August of 2018. I said to my now wife, "I'm gonna make a movie. I'm gonna make a short. I'm gonna do this." And then by June of 2019, we had a complete film. So yeah, so about the whole process was about 9 months, 9 or 10 months.
So you know what? I'm always amazed. 'Cause I've seen a lot of short indie horror films, and I'm absolutely amazed that filmmakers are able to compound a whole story, beginning, middle, and end, into 30 minutes, 10 minutes. I've even seen 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that hard to do?
I mean, I don't know. I hope I did it successfully. That was definitely
Excellent
the
job.
intention.
Excellent job. Excellent
um,
job.
I appreciate that. I mean, well, my film was a little bit different. Cardinal doesn't really stick to the 3 act structure. There isn't. I mean, there is, yeah, a beginning, a middle, and an end, but I think it's told in a way that kind of subverts the expectations of a structure built that way. I mean, I have this whole segment where we kind of go off with another group of characters for a minute that I feel like kind of leads the audience on a path until I kind of put them back on where I want them story wise. But I mean, you can be successful telling a story in 60 seconds or 3.5 hours. Really, it all just depends on what you have and what is worth telling. And then, yeah, I definitely think trying to get all your themes and ideas across in a short film can be a little bit like it can be difficult because you have to kind of pick and choose what you want to say and how you want to say it, and you need to be very specific and focus and succinct because you only have a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was definitely difficult to kind of get everything that I wanted across, especially since I was originated as an idea for a feature. But I think I was able to whittle down the important, and keep the important things.
Because I'm pretty sure you've seen short films like I have and everybody have, where
Of course.
when you watch them and then at the end you're like something's missing, like I missed something, or like and like it seems like there was a huge chunk that's missing or they didn't tell us, and like it's like, huh?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. I think the idea is to leave an audience with their own, in their own head of what they think, is going to happen next or what will eventually happen to these characters. I think leaving a story almost untold in a way, if it works right and if it works well, can be kind of quite interesting.
I totally agree. Now, who are some horror filmmakers that you've got inspiration from over time?
Oh, I mean, John Carpenter, 100%. I mean, he is the king. I think nobody can sell tension and fear and tone and just he just has this amazing style that I think everyone tries to emulate, but no one quite gets it as
I
good as
agree.
he did. He's genius. David Fincher also is another, just I think, an incredible filmmaker, and he leans into a lot of horror with his stuff, at times, and I think he can be quite vicious and visual. I think he's just got a gorgeous eye. Yeah,
Now, there's a lot of new ones, filmmakers out there coming out. Like you have the Ari Aster, you have Ty
yeah.
West,
Robert Eggers.
Robert Eggers. I mean, some guys who are doing some great stuff out there. So I mean,
Yeah,
it's amazing to see that there's a new generation. I would even
yeah,
toss Eli Roth in that conversation as well.
yeah. He's never really hit for me. I haven't seen Thanksgiving yet. I really look forward to. I feel like that's probably going to be the first film of his that I might actually quite enjoy based on what I've heard. But yeah, he's I don't know. I'm still waiting to really be sold on Eli Roth, to be honest.
Why does
I
it?
love the boldness that he has. I think that's really, really cool. He goes for it. You know what I
Yes, he
mean?
does.
It just doesn't always land for me. But
I'm gonna
that's
say
fine. That's fine.
I'm gonna say, why does it eat like Roth? Like his movies, I think box office wise, they do pretty well. I know
Keeps his budget
Hostel,
small.
yeah, but I know Hostel was number one in the box office for a while. I mean, in the United States, and I think Thanksgiving was as well, for like a couple weeks. But
Yeah,
like,
I think it did pretty good.
yeah, like Roth doesn't get that much love as a filmmaker, as a horror filmmaker. But I'm a huge Eli Roth fan, but I
Yeah.
don't like the movies that most people think like two of my favorite Eli Roth movies are not even horror movies. Like
Which one? Which ones are they?
I love Knock Knock. Some
Okay,
people
yeah,
some people say that's horror movie, but I don't consider it. I consider that more like a thriller.
total
Uh,
thriller. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
and the remake of Death Wish with Bruce Willis.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, I never saw that one. I think it would probably be into an Eli Roth directed Death Wish starring Bruce Willis. Yeah, sure.
It's pretty damn good.
That sounds fun. That
Pretty
sounds fun.
damn good.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn good because it
So,
has the over the top gore, but it has that action element too.
you know what
Like
movie I really, really like that is kind of in that realm? And it's so strange that it comes from this filmmaker, but um, James Wan's Death Sentence
oh, the
with
one
Kevin
with
Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. That's amazing.
So good. I saw it once, blew my mind. I need to see that again. But that's like sort of in that like,
Yes,
Bronson-esque,
yes,
throwback.
yes.
Really,
Death
really, really
Sentence.
dug that movie.
It's an underrated movie.
Mm.
I was talking to a filmmaker a while ago about that. It is such a great movie. I mean, just the cinematography. I mean, the way the camera and that one scene where they're in the garage,
Yes.
the parking
Yeah.
garage, and that camera
Yes.
just
Yes. I know
rolls.
exactly the scene you're talking
Oh
about.
my
Yes.
god!
Yeah.
It is a
It's good. It's
beautifully
good.
shot movie.
James Wan is like a really exciting filmmaker, and I know that he's dabbled in the Fast and the Furiouses and the DC universe, but I really like it when he sticks to small, focused, non-friend like stick to franchise. The Conjuring films kind of rule, but I like it when he does smaller horror films or smaller action, type films, like Death Sentence. I think he does really well. He exceeds really well in those type of films.
And
He's a
I'm
cool
having
filmmaker.
it is. I'm having a brain freeze. I'm trying to think of the one recently that came out. It came out on HBO Max directly. What is it called?
Malignant.
Malignant. I
Yeah,
fucking love Malignant. Like a lot of people
that's
don't like that movie.
that was one that again did not land with me. I know everyone around me
Really?
loved it, and I just feel like I watched a different movie. I need to see it again because I feel like Travis. I feel like that is the perfect type of film that I will watch it a second time and be like, Todd, you fucking idiot. This is genius. What you just were in the wrong mood when you watch it. Because that's happened before, I find like a lot of films, especially from filmmakers that I love, like Tarantino, Wes Anderson, a lot of their films on first watch, I don't know how to react, but it's not an overt positive one. But then I always go back and rewatch their films, and that's when I'm like, oh God, yeah, okay, I see it all now.
Yeah.
Maybe Malignant will be one of those films. I hope so. If I give it a second watch,
I
because
mean,
I want to love it. I want to love the wild craziness of it. But the whole thing, the whole time, every time they played that music cue, I was like, wait a minute, this is Where Is My Mind? I'm like, they're gonna do a Fight Club thing, aren't they? And then
but like
so.
the movie was so good that somebody ruined the fucking ending for me before I watched it, and I still fucking enjoyed it. Like went
Well,
in knowing exactly what the fucking surprise ending was,
that's
and I
good.
still
That's
fucking
good.
enjoyed it.
That's
But
good.
see,
That's
see,
good.
but see, but I had the complete opposite experience than you. I will watch a movie and I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest fucking movie ever. The first time, and then the second time, I'm like, oh, I hate this fucking movie. Like,
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
And Halloween Kills was the perfect example of that. Like, I saw that in the theaters opening weekend, like I do
Hmm.
every Halloween movie.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Halloween fan,
Same.
and I saw that opening weekend in the theaters, and I was sitting there like in glee. I'm like, oh my god, this is the greatest fucking Halloween horror movie ever made. I mean, this is the fucking most amazing experience ever. And um, it was it was streaming on which I thought was so fucking weird. It was streaming on
And on
Peacock
Peacock at the same time.
at the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
fucking time. I don't know why they did that, but
They
I
did it for people like me who are dads and have kids and can't go to the theater, so I can at least stay at home and watch it.
oh come on now,
I had
listen,
to take, yeah,
even
man.
with kids, man, you can find no way. But but I went and listen. I was like, "This is the greatest fucking horror movie ever fucking made. Like, this is the best Halloween movie ever." And like, and my favorite horror movie is the original OG horror movie. I was like, "Nope, this is the new one." And I went
Yeah.
home on Peacock and rewatched this motherfucker, and I skipped through half of it. I was like, "What?" Because it was boring. Like, there was a big chunk of that movie I did not realize it sitting in the theater. There was like a 30-minute portion of that hour long movie, that hour 20 minutes long movie, that was in this hospital chasing this mental man patient around. It was literally 30 minutes devoted to that. And I was like, whoa, how did I miss that? This is bad. I'm like, each one of these characters are absolute idiots. I'm like, this movie is bad.
Yeah. Halloween Kills?
Yes.
Yeah, the Gordon Green Halloween movies they grow on me with each viewing. They're that type of film. I love the 2018 one. I think that's
Oh, that's amazing.
genius. Halloween Kills. I really disliked it the first time I saw it. And then I watched it and I watched it and I watched it, and now I think it's really, really good. There's something about the hospital stuff doesn't work, sure,
Mhm.
but if you are just looking for a Michael Myers slash fest, and if with a movie titled Halloween Kills, yeah, that's exactly what the fuck I'm looking for. I feel like that movie kind of delivers. It's not
Oh,
perfect, but it's I don't know. It works for me. It works way better than Halloween Ends,
Halloween Ends was bad.
which I have major issues with that movie. I did watch it, I think like two or three times, and I did enjoy it a little bit more each time, but yeah, I don't know. That last one wasn't exactly the film that I was hoping the finale would be in that series. So
Not at all. Not at all. I mean,
yeah,
but Halloween Kills, listen, is of course it's better than Halloween. But like,
yeah,
if I agree, if you go in and you're looking for a slasher, and Jude Courtney is the most menacing fucking Michael Myers in that movie than any other Michael Myers.
Oh, the firefighter sequence is incredible.
Brutal. I mean,
Yeah,
he's a
uh,
brutal
he's a
fucking Michael
monster.
Myers.
He's
A
an absolute
brutal fucking Michael
monster.
Myers in that movie. Definitely the most brutal Michael Myers in any Halloween movie. Just
I totally
absolutely
agree.
brutal.
I totally
But
agree with that.
it's that Halloween. It's that fucking hospital. That how if you just cut that portion out, I think you could have a decent movie. But like,
Yeah,
I remember being sitting at home and I fast forward through that whole 30-minute hospital scene until I
yeah,
got to the gay couple and living in Michael Myers' house,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
that's when it picks back up.
Yep, yep. Because then it gets back into Michael Myers slasher mode.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. The hospital stuff. I think I don't know. He was trying to pay homage to the original Halloween 2 with that. I feel like there's a lot of that they could have trimmed on that part, but that is still a pretty fun movie though.
Listen, I love the Halloweens, but I think we need to take a break from the Halloween movies for a while. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree.
I'm good.
I'm a big
Where's
fan of the Scream films. The original Scream was a huge movie for me. Huge movie for me.
yes.
And I really have had a lot of fun with those films. But yeah, that's another franchise that I feel like I would like. We get a little wrap up on the series that they started in part 5. I don't know if we will, but um, I think a little. I don't want to leave any loose threads with
Yeah.
that storyline. I'd like to have something wrapped up with that. I feel like that story wasn't done yet.
Yeah, I love Scream Six. I know
It was a lot of fun.
don't
Yeah.
have good things about
No,
Scream Six. I love Scream Six.
I
It's
had a lot of fun with it. Yeah. I mean, nothing's gonna hit the high of that original film, and the sequel, even part 2 is
yeah,
just still so good. And it's great we have those movies. These new ones don't have to,
we
be
don't.
as important as the originals. But I think that the Radio Silence guys did amazing jobs with both 5 and 6. I had a lot of fun with
I
both of those
100% agree.
films.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, is Scream not the most consistent movie franchise. I mean,
I feel like, well, no, I think there's one that beats it.
who's that?
The Chucky series, Child's Play.
Oh no, no, no! Because
That is
Seed of Chucky,
100% from the
Seed of
original.
Chucky,
It's
Seed
in
of
the same
Chucky
storyline. It's
is
all.
not.
I'm telling
It's,
you. I'm
it's
telling
not a
you.
fan of mine. I'm not a fan of Seed of Chucky.
I think Cedar Chucky is by far the worst thing in that
Oh,
entire
it's horrible.
franchise. But the movies got a little bit better, and the TV show that's on right now, the series, is great.
See, I haven't
And
watched.
it's a continuation from the original story from the original film. Like that is one franchise that never lost its focus, and it's always stayed on that same thread, which is pretty cool. Scream is another one that has done it, but
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
I love the first three, and then what was the one? It was it called Cult of Chucky? It was one that was released directly to
They
video.
did, yeah. So it was like Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3. Then they did Bride of Chucky.
Hmm.
Then there
Which was okay.
was the Seed of Chucky,
See,
which was
yeah.
dog shit. And then they did Curse, then Cult, which went back to like more of a straight horror vibe, which was pretty
Yeah,
cool. It still had weirdness, but
I
you
enjoyed
know.
that one.
And then they have the series. There was that shitty remake that came out, which was crap. But now then they went straight into the series, which is cool. Like it keeps, and they even bring
Yeah,
back the original actors. You know, the
yeah,
original Andy, which is cool.
yep. Alex Vincent, they brought it back,
Yeah,
but
it's really neat.
what I'm saying about Scream, there wasn't really a shitty Scream movie. Like there,
If Scream 3 is the worst one in your franchise, you're doing okay.
that's what I'm saying. You're doing great. It because
Yeah,
Scream 3 is
totally.
okay. You know what I mean? It's okay. It's not shitty. There's not a
Yeah,
shitty movie in the
right.
Scream franchise.
I agree. I
Every
agree.
other horror franchise, they definitely at least have one shitty movie.
Oh, and I love the Halloween films, and there are multiple shit
Oh,
bombs.
listen,
But I kind of like those shit bombs too. You know?
listen. I'm wearing the old Jason. The
Yeah,
Friday the 13th
exactly.
series is filled with shitty movies.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean,
Oh
there's
yeah.
only like two or three of them that are actually good.
Like actually legitimately
I
good. Yeah. But it's those ones that we hold on to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, Freddy is my favorite horror character, and
Yeah.
there's three of them. Yeah, there's only three of them that are actually watchable. Like I'm like
Are you
rewatching it
going
like right
one,
now.
one, three, and New Nightmare?
I forget. I forget. I keep adding the New Nightmare. So it's four. I like the first three.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you're putting two in there. Two's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
watchable. I like the first three and New Nightmare, of course. Yes,
New
but
Nightmare rules, and I love that like Craven was doing that like meta approach before Scream. Like he was ready to tackle a film like Scream, which made it all for the better. I think
yes, I agree.
he was already in that mindset. That was cool.
And Wes Craven has made. I mean, Wes Craven. He's probably my favorite horror filmmaker. I think
Yeah.
he made a lot of shitty movies too, but he made a lot of great movies that went under the radar, like People Under the Stairs. I love that movie.
Oh, thank you for saying that. 1,000%. That I would probably say that's my after Scream, Scream 2, and Nightmare. That might be my right up there for me for Craven films. It's so underrated, and
Yes,
I
100%.
recently watched that. I'd seen it, grew up watching that film,
Hmm.
but I recently watched it again and showed it to my wife who had never seen it, and that movie is like so much behind it. It has so
It
much
is
to say, and even now it's as timely as it was when that movie came out in like what 89, 90, something like that. So
90.
which is wild and kind of sad because that's who we are as a country. We can't grow. The same problems 30 years ago are the same problems we're seeing now. Thanks. But I think that that was a real powerful move on Wes Craven's part to make that movie. I think that was so cool. And the casting of oh my god, I can't remember the names, but the mom and pa, the husband and wife, the brother and sister, they are so friggin' amazing in that movie. Oh my god,
It's such a it's a
they're
eerie
so good.
because I saw that movie. I'm trying to think. I was definitely under 10 years old. when I saw
Monster Vision, man. Monster Vision with Joe Bob Briggs. That's how I was introduced to that.
that on VHS, and I
Yeah.
remember it was in the theaters. I seen a commercial, and then when it came on VHS, I was like, we went to the theater, so I was like, people on the stairs, we got to get that, and I was so
Yeah.
excited for that movie. I think that
Yeah.
came out. I think one of the Child's Play movies came out around about the same time and were released on VHS, and we watched that, and I want to say maybe it was Child's Play 2. I don't know.
Because 2 and 3 came out within like 6 months of each other,
Yeah, they pumped
theatrically,
them
which
out
is
like
wild.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but People on the Stairs is a horror movie, and I hear that Jordan Peele is remaking it, or he's
I think he's producing a remake. I don't know. You know what? That is one movie that I feel like you could remake it because the problems are still relevant. I
I don't
feel
want
like,
that to be touched though. I think it's so
well,
damn good
yeah,
that it shouldn't
I don't
be.
know. I feel like there could be. I feel like there's an opportunity for there to be a cool update in that. Not that, like, I mean, listen, I want original movies. I like it when we have new ideas, So the people, but I mean, like Jordan Peele, he's given a little bit of both. He's maybe producing this remake, but I mean, he's one of the most incredible original voices out there in the horror world right now. I mean, I think Nope is like a masterpiece. You know what I mean? Like there's sequences in Nope that are like some of the most genuinely frightening images I've ever seen. And it's just wild that he's being able to keep making these movies. It's
He's
awesome.
definitely
It's awesome.
definitely. I'm not a huge Jordan Peele fan. Like I love. By the way, I love Get Out. Get Out is absolutely amazing.
So good.
Get Out is absolutely amazing. I wasn't a fan of Us.
You know what? I'm kind of with you on that. I liked it, but it didn't hit the highs of either Get Out or Nope for me.
Because I was so excited for Us because I
Yeah.
was such a fan of Get Out. I got the Funko Pops and everything, and I was such a fan of Get Out that I went to see Us on opening weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
And like I went to see it the first time, I was like, huh, that wasn't.
Yeah.
And then I actually went to see it the next day. 'Cause I was like, I missed something. Like something that didn't feel right. And
Yeah.
and it was the same feeling. I was like, I am not a fan of this movie.
Just didn't hit. Yeah. Listen, sometimes
But then
movies isn't gonna land,
I want to see Nope. Nope was was a fun ride, but like
Yeah.
Get Out for me is definitely Jordan Peele's masterpiece.
Oh yeah. Get Out's great.
I can rewatch
So
Get
good.
Out a billion times.
It's so layered. There's so many things that he's doing with just small moments and small little details that I think that carry so much weight, He put a lot behind it. It's
He does
beautiful
great for
film.
visuals too. I mean, I love
Yeah.
his visuals in movies.
Yeah.
All right. So what's next for you, Todd?
Uh yeah, so I mean, right now I'm in the middle of a couple of scripts. I'm working on rewrites of a feature that I've been kind of plugging away at for a few years, and then I have something new that I'm kind of cooking up. So kind of just writing at the moment. I had another short film that came out after Cardinal called Blue. That's also on Amazon. That's a little bit more sci-fi flavored for that. And then I worked with some other filmmakers in the Richmond, Virginia area, and produced a film called Open, directed by Brittany Alonso, which is a beautiful film. That also kind of just deals with the loss of a parent and the grief that people hold. So I don't know. Feel like all my movies are about loss and and how people cope with big emotional distress. But maybe there's something in there that'll make my mom happy one day. I don't think it's anything I'm writing right now, though.
So, Tyler, you're in Richmond, Virginia?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. I'm actually going to be out there in October for that for the Magic
Oh, rock and roll!
Horror Festival.
All right,
Yeah. So I'm
maybe
a sponsor.
I'll escape for the day and go to the festival. That'd be cool.
I'm definitely going to swing at the festival because the Horror Room is a sponsor this year, so I'll definitely be out there to
Awesome.
show my face.
Very
All
cool.
right, Todd. So, as you know, you've seen my interview. So, this is the fun part of the interview. I'm going to ask you 3 random horror questions. Are you ready?
Oh, dang. Okay, here we go.
All right. You said you're a John Carpenter fan.
Yeah.
The original Halloween or The Thing? Which one?
I gotta go original Halloween.
Okay, I'm the same way. But I
I
love the
love the
thing.
thing, but
I love the thing. But original Halloween, I mean, that's what really got
it's
me into
yeah,
horror.
yeah. It's a movie that built me.
If you could remake, you personally could remake any John Carpenter horror movie, which one would it be?
Assault on Precinct 13. I know it already has been remade.
Yeah, it wasn't good either. Yeah.
I really love the Carpenter one. I haven't seen the remake. I haven't seen the Ethan Hawke Lawrence Fishburne one, to be honest. Um, but I think that it could be done in a way that's a lot more frightening for the times that we're in, um, and you know, really focus on the large groups of people that follow blindly
Yes.
in terms of attacking and focusing their hate on one another and violence on one another. I think that I think there could be something in there.
I agree. I 100% agree. And the final question, and this is a ridiculous question. Okay, you turn around, or you see in your camera right now. It could be any iconic horror movie character, and they're standing behind you. Who would you want to be that you feel like you could take them in a fight?
Oh man, uh, this maybe the 6 shooter guy from Puppet
Oh,
Master.
Master.
Yeah. Just give me one of those little puppets. I'll just like kick it around. I think that would probably be it. They still scared the hell out of me though as a kid. Not sure.
See, I always said the controversial answer. I said one of the female ghost face characters.
Oh, yeah. No, no.
I always said the
Give me a
controversial
doll I
answer.
can just boot across the room. That's where I'm going.
Todd, where can everyone find you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and Twitter and all that as the T Dens with a Z. So
Sweet man. Listen. You're more than welcome. Come on anytime, man. I hope to see you at the Magic Horror
yeah, definitely. I appreciate you
Festival.
having me. This was a lot of fun. Thank you, Travis.
Last man. Listen, you're more than welcome to come on anytime, man. This was fun.
All right, I'll take you up on that.
All right, well, everyone, thank you for coming to the Horror Room. I'm Travis Bruce. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.